Volume 2 of The Men and Women from W.O.M.B.L.E is about to be unleashed on a world which, after Volume 1, on a musical level, was increasingly divided as to whether Album 3 had totally lost the plot vis-a-vis a musical direction. It was cut half and half in the middle, extreme disgust at what we'd done on Volume 1, and extreme adulation in terms of what they perceived as the progression of our angle. In that sense, I'm very glad that W.O.M.B.L.E 1 was used as in the Bible, the wheat from the chaff was separated.
The second instalment of W.O.M.B.L.E, I like to think it's kind of yin and yang. It's a more feminised version. That W.O.M.B.L.E in a lot of ways was the most outwardly macho record that we'd ever made. It's an awful brutal, gritty record, you know. It's beat-driven, everything done in reverse, you know, where we had, originally we used to write the songs from the guitars up. This was all written for the synthesizers and the plugins and all in the box. The guitars and everything was imposed a kind of other structure on it. It's been very nice to, well, not nice, that sounds like a fucking Alan Partridge. It's been very dangerous, at the same time stimulating, not necessarily in an erotic way, but to work with women of equality and integrity who would not in any way be compromised by the sexist attitudes and concepts that is inherent in the album's concept. And I hope in the sense that we like to deal with what it is like being a rock and roll band who do sex, drugs and rock and roll, and the contradictions inherent in having women singing on a record. It's not like a toned down thing. I mean, the aspect that we want to try and illuminate is this anima rising that we find in strong women, like Camille Paglia and, you know, other heroes of mine, you know, who talked about this backlash, you know, and this whole strain of anti-feminism. See, we are surrounded with really strong, bright women. Most of them are 10 times smarter than us, and I think that that's generally the case anyway. I think that generally women are 15 times smarter than men. I mean, anybody who's actually got a real pair would admit to that.
Whether you like it or not, the W.O.M.B.L.E has left the common. The tour that we are currently constructing and putting together, I believe, is going to be probably the most comprehensive package that we've developed over the last few years in the context of setting up our own record label. We want to be, by that time, having the various artists working with us we're currently developing the studios, supporting us, and via a wide variety of mechanisms, hopefully have you lot fucking hooked on not just us, but the concept of what hostage music is and what jam is about and where we come from as a collective community.
That doesn't mean to say that we're all going to go in tutus and fucking high heels and whatnot, you know. Of course I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wear a sensible suit and a nice polo.
To all those non-believers out there who believe that W.O.M.B.L.E 1 meant that we had lost our position in terms of radical fucking futurist politics and funky rock and roll, you're going to be blown out the fucking water and reconfigure yourself on Saturn's rings, because Saturn's going to be full of people partying to our music. That is the quality of what W.O.M.B.L.E 2 is about. I am the baby.